Hey guys, it's Drea. So today I have a video that I've never done before, but I've seen lots of other people do it. This is chopping block makeup. So basically this is all stuff that I'm like thinking about decluttering, not entirely sure if I want to. So I'm gonna be testing it out for the next month, and then we'll do an update video on what I did and didn't decide to keep. But this is just the intro, all the stuff that I'm like really on the fence about. This is not an original idea. Lots of people have done this before. I will link to some people that I know personally that have done a chopping block makeup video because I think they're fun. I also really love this because if you guys have tried these, if you have any tips and tricks, techniques, you can leave all of them in the comments and let me and your fellow subscribers know, like, here's how I use it and here's how I make it work. So sometimes that can be really helpful as well. All right, let's jump into it. I wrote everything. I actually filmed this video already before, and I don't know what happened to the footage. It just, half of it was there and half of it wasn't. So I'm just refilming it. But all of this is out of order from what's in the description bar because I already wrote the description bar. I'm sure you guys don't care, whatever. Okay, let's hop into it. I'm going to consider whether or not I should keep this bronzer. This is the bronzer that is on my face right now. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze in O2 Medium. I have had this since, I want to say, the beginning of my channel, or at least like the first year on my channel. This is a very warm bronzer. It's very shimmery. I actually think it's really nice, and like really nice, especially in the summer, but it's getting really old and I just haven't used it in so long, and I just don't know how I like it. I actually think I like it today, but I'm under studio lights, and you know, I really need to experiment with it a little bit outdoors, outside in the sunlight. Summer is coming really soon, so I think this is a really good time to discover whether or not I like this, whether or not the formula still performs well from when I first purchased it. This is always a limited edition product. L'Oreal brings these out though every single year, and as far as I know, the actual product and formula is the same every year. The color's the same, but they just like re-release it sometimes in new packaging. So you should theoretically, cross our fingers, be able to still purchase this. Next on my chopping block is this concealer slash question mark corrector. This is the Kiss Pro Touch Dark Under Eye Concealer. The shade is Natural Ivory. Now, when I first purchased this, I purchased it thinking it was a corrector because of the packaging. It's in a peach package, and I'm like, anytime that I've ever seen a peachy corrector, it's in this color packaging. But I don't think this is a peachy corrector. I think it's just a concealer. So I've only used it once. It's got one of those sponge tip, and then you like crank it and the product comes up. This is a very heavy swatch. Obviously you would never use this much under one eye, but just so you can see the color, this is, like I said, Natural Ivory. It's got the slightest peach tint to it, but not enough, I think, to where like somebody like me who has super dark circles that I need a corrector every day is going to, like, if this is actually going to be able to correct those dark circles for me. So I really need to try it, because the one time that I used it, I didn't really notice a difference, and I kind of haven't reached for it since then. So I really need to give it a shot and decide if I actually like it or not. Okay, here is a huge question mark for me. This palette, this is the Makeup Revolution Soph X Extra Spice. I purchased this, I want to say in Ulta when I was in the States, and the color story I thought was just super pretty. Like, it's so warm in this area, that nice red and the yellow, and then you have some like deep greens over here. Here's a couple swatches. I don't think these swatches are all that great. Here's what happened. I've used this twice. I used it once on a day that I was going to work, and I played around a lot in these greens, and I hated the way it looked. It looked muddy, ugly, like it just looked ugly. it did not work, and I wore it anyway because I had no time to fix it. And then the next time I wore it, I really just stayed like in this very safe area, and I did just have super light look with it, and I was just like too scared to venture into anything outside of that. So I really only used it those 2 times when it was in my Shop My Stash, and I haven't really touched it since then. And I need to decide if I like this formula, if I like these colors, what I think about it. I really love the Emily edit for Makeup Revolution. I love that formula. I think I think 80% of that palette is amazing. And this one though, like I kind of want it to be that good, but so far I haven't been that impressed. But like I said, I only used it 2 times. Let's talk about 3 cream products. I'm not the biggest fan of cream products in general, and so I often don't reach for them in favor of other things. So this one here, this is the Essence Metal Shock eyeshadow. This is in the shade Stars and Stories. I like sparkly cream eyeshadows. Like I love all my Stila ones. There's the Pixie ones are really nice too. This in theory, I should love it, but I don't know. I don't really love that color that much. Like it's not my favorite color, and it's kind of sheer the way it applies, so I just don't know about this one. I will try that out. This is a product that Lisa loves, and this is, and I trust all of her recommendations. I purchased this not knowing it was a cream, so I thought it was just a regular eyeshadow, and it wasn't until I actually applied it the first time I realized it was a cream. This is the Annabelle Chrome eyeshadow. This is in the shade Californium, and when you see the swatch, you're gonna die because it's amazing. Like it's beautiful. Like look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And you can go a little bit heavier, but I think the problem with this for me, and I only again used it once because it's one of those products that I tried and it scared me. The problem is that because it's a cream, it kind of like bunched up on my eye, and I don't know if it's because I used it too thickly or what, or maybe I didn't like spread it evenly, but it kind of bunched up in a way that I really didn't like, and it kind of emphasized the crepiness on my eye. So I need to try it again and see. I've used it maybe only once, maybe twice, and also a cream product, and I do like this. I just have to decide if it's worth the trouble for me. So this is from Lancome. This is a blush Subtil cream in Coral Alize, and I don't even know if they make these anymore. This is that like ColourPop packaging, and then it's very similar to ColourPop in terms of the texture in here. It's kind of that bouncy texture. I love this color, especially in the summertime. I love this kind of blush, really blended out, obviously not this intense, but look at that color, like it's so stunning for summer. This type of blush, any cream blushes really, I will put on top of my foundation and then blend it out and then set my whole face with powder afterwards. That's the way I use these, and it's just, I just find these are always a little bit tricky to blend out, and that's why I'm like, do I really want to invest the time in doing it? I don't know, so I have to decide. But again, summer's coming. This is the kind of color that I want to wear, and so we'll decide if I like it enough to keep it. Okay, next up, a couple of lip products. This one here is actually very new to me, and I was surprised the first time I used it. I didn't love the formula. So we'll see again. This is the NYX Candy Slick. This is in the shade Sugarcoated Kiss. I think this is a beautiful color. Like this color is exactly what I want on my lips all the time. But this formula is super thick and very patchy. It almost grabs on. Like, can you see how it's kind of a really weird, thick, patchy formula? But I want to love it because I love that color. Also formula wise, both of these Kiss lipsticks. So this one is the Amourus Matte Gel Lipstick. This one is in the shade Marvelous Rosy Pink. First of all, I don't like the shape of this. It's kind of very rounded and very large, so it's kind of, it's just one of those things where I prefer something different. This is very similar to like kind of all those powdery lipsticks that are coming out. So like MAC has one and ColourPop has one. But I don't like this, the way this feels, as much as I like the ColourPop one. I don't know. And also the color, I just don't know if it's like for me. This one I have a little bit more hope for. This is the Kiss Professional Truism Color Intense Lipstick in the shade Pure Peach. And this one also has a very interesting shape, but I kind of like this one a lot better because it's pointed where it needs to be. And this is a very thick formula, but I do also like that color. So I haven't worn this in a long time. I have to decide if it's something I enjoy. This is a really weird one, and I have only used this once because when I used it, I really didn't know if I liked it enough to wear it to work, and I haven't had an opportunity to wear makeup that wasn't at work. Anyways, whatever. This is the Annabelle Enlighten Loose Finishing Powder, Blue Light Protection. And what it says on the back, here's all the things it says. A silky mattifying translucent banana powder that absorbs excess sebum and fixes makeup. counteracts redness, diminishes the appearance of dark circles for all skin types, and smells like lemonade. I always forget that every time until I read that or until I open it. And it really does smell like lemonade, which near your eyes, do you really? Like, that's something maybe not so great about that fact. Here's the thing. It says it absorbs excess sebum, right? That would be great if I was putting it in my T-zone, but I don't think I'm gonna put a banana powder in my T-zone. I'm only gonna put a banana powder under my eyes, which it says it counteracts dark circles, but at the same time, this is the driest part of my face. So do I really want this powder under there? I don't know. That's what we're gonna find out. I have one blush and two highlighters left. This is the Benefit Dandelion blush. This is, I've talked about it a few times, this is just purely nostalgic for me. I went through an entire one of these way back before I was even into makeup, before I had a channel. Like, I'm talking like the year 2001, okay? And I used to use this with the brush that it came with, and I would just like swipe, swipe, swipe on my face. And it's just so light for me though. So I see it in my drawer all the time and I'm like, oh, there's Dandelion, but I never put it on. So I really have to decide, like, okay, is it time to let this memory go, or am I actually gonna enjoy it? So I'll try that out. These last two highlighters, this one is from Wet n Wild. This is from the Zodiac collection. It's the Air shade. I think this is such a cool concept. It has like this weird kind of like, it reminds me of the desert, the way it looks, and it has all the zodiac signs kind of in the powder. It has a little bit of a sparkly overspray on it, but it's not too much, it's not too bad. This is what the actual highlighter looks like under the overspray. It's quite lovely, but I don't think it's anything like 10 other highlighters I have in my collection. And I seem to remember when I used this that it did fade throughout the day, so I have to retest that as well. This last product I love this, but I just don't know if I want this large packaging taking up space, real estate in my highlighter drawer. This is actually an eyeshadow palette. This is from the brand Klara. Sorry, this is very reflective. Klara Cosmetics. It's the London eyeshadow palette. I do not use this for the eyeshadow ever. This is what it looks like. All of these shades of eyeshadow, just not for me. The formula is a little too thick for me. The colors aren't really what I would reach for, but I bought it in the first place just for the highlighter. You guys, look, this highlighter is so gorgeous. I love this highlighter. It even only looks even better on the cheeks. It's so intense, so beautiful. It's stunning. I love this highlighter so much. By the way, I would have worn more of these products, except I just filmed this look in a Get Ready With Me. It's the Zodiac look for Aquarius. And I will link to that for you. But yeah, I would have worn more of these if not for that. Anyway, this is so stunning. I just don't ever reach for it, and I don't like putting it in my everyday makeup drawer because it's just so big in comparison to other highlighters that it takes up so much bulky space. So I have to decide if it's worth it for me, and if it is, I kind of have to figure out a better way to store it because it's not working right now. So that is it for all of my makeup that is on the chopping block. If you have any suggestions for the way you use any of these products, any tips and tricks, please leave them in the comments section below. And if you're new here, definitely subscribe. I'd love to see you around. That's it for me today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope that you're speaking kindly to yourself, especially when you look in the mirror. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.